Hello children, welcome to Learner's Planet. Children, it is our fifth session on the topic of addition. And the previous session was quite short, and we just practiced a few sums then. What we actually discussed in that session was I taught you a shorter trick on how to count on your palm, and we did mental calculation of single digit numbers. And I had also told you to keep on practicing the mental calculation of the single digit number, or at the max you can even use the shortcut palm method that I taught you yesterday, right? So in this session I said that we'll be taking tens, we'll be taking numbers, addition of numbers from 10 up to 19, in which we'll be using a process named carry over. Okay, so first I'll show you an example in which carryover is used, and I'll explain it to you so that you can use it in the sums that we solve in this session. Okay, children, here I've taken some sums. We are supposed to add them. Which method is this? This is the horizontal method, because we are adding horizontally in a sleeping manner, right? These sums, they don't have carryovers, and I guess in some session that we have already done previously, I had told you that we're supposed to put T and O on the top of the numbers, O for ones and T for tens. Okay, similarly in the answer also we'll get the answer in tens and ones. Now when we add in horizontal manner, what we are supposed to do is we're supposed to add the ones first, okay, and then we're supposed to add the tens. So when we add 1 plus 7, we strike them off so that we don't get confused if we have added the numbers or not. Because like this is actually just a 2-digit number over here, but when you go on to 3-digit numbers or 4-digit or 5-digit or 6-digit numbers, that time there are chances that you can get confused. That's why we use the striking off thing, so that you're aware if you added a particular number or not. So here 1 plus 7 equals to 8, and 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So the addition over here is 28. These are very simple additions, because adding 1 to any number is the next number. So it's very easy to add 11 to any number, or at least 1, or you can just add them easily. Now over here we have the other one, so we'll again put tens and ones, tens and ones, and tens and ones. So here you have to add 3 plus 4 first. So 3 plus 4 is 5, 6, 7. So 7 over here, and we add 1 plus 1, that's 2. This is 27. Again we'll put TO, TO, and TO. So here we'll add. Now children, this over here is a carryover one. Okay, pay close attention to how I do this. Now 8 plus 2, what will you get? 9 and 10. Okay, so we'll only put 0 over here because this is ones place, and 10 it's a 2-digit number, so that's tens and ones, so we can't put 1, okay, because this is only ones place, so we'll only put 0. Now what about this 1? We can't just avoid it or not consider it. What we'll do is we'll put it over here. We will carry it forward from ones to tens, okay, because 1 over here is a 10, right? So when we add 1 plus 1 over here, we will also add this 1 over here. So that's 1 plus 1, which is 2, and this is 3. So we'll get the answer as 30. I'll again explain this sum clearly to you. Pay attention. we have 12 plus 18. Tens, ones, tens, ones, and equals to. Now 8 plus 2 equals to what? 10. Okay. Now 0 over here is at ones place and 1 over here is at tens place. Now instead of using 0 you can also use U, which means units. If by chance you happen to be confused with this ones and this 1, then you can use it as T and U, tens and units. Okay. So 0 over here is units and 1 over here is at tens place. Okay. This place that they are given is known as place value. Okay. 0 has no place value, whereas 1 has the place value of tens. Okay. So now what we'll do is, as we are only supposed to write, I'm using units over here. As we're only supposed to write units in this place, so we'll only write 0. Okay. Now what about this one? We will carry this over. Carry over. Where will we carry it over? We will carry it over to the tens place. Okay. Now when we add tens plus tens, we will also add this one because this is also a 10. Okay. So let's add 1 plus 1 2 plus 1 3. So what do we get as the answer? 30. You can put this one either over here or here. It doesn't matter, but put it near the tens. You cannot put it over here or here, because that will mean that it is carried over to the units, but that is not possible in addition. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll carry it over to the tens place. Remember to show this in your calculation, or sometimes it might happen that you would forget. Suppose we add 19 plus 17. Okay. Now what you can do is we add 7 plus 9, which is 16. Now suppose I don't write 1 that is to be carried over. I do not write it over here. Then what will happen? I'll just put this 2 as it is. But then what I get as the answer will be wrong, because 26 is not the answer. The answer is 36. Okay. So because I didn't put this one over here, I forgot about it. So I got the wrong answer. So always remember to put this one and also strike off the numbers that you've added. Or it can happen that you by chance added 7 and 9 and then again by mistake you added 7 plus 1. So that would again give you the wrong answer. Okay. So remember these 2 points. I'll just write them down for you. First is, when you carry over write the number, this is the short form of number, NO dot is a short form of number, that is to be carried over. Okay. The second point is, always strike off the number that you have added, so that you don't get confused. The third one and the most important one is, always put the place value of the numbers before adding. Okay, that is tens or ones or tens or units. I hope these points are clear to you. Now children, what we did above, we added it in the horizontal way. Now we'll add it in a vertical way. The vertical way is much more easier than the horizontal way, so it will be done faster. Okay, so we'll take a few examples in that way. Now children, here we have the vertical method. Why vertical? Because it is done from top to bottom and not in the sleeping way. Okay, now here also it's very important to write tens and units on the top of them. Now because you've written it on the top of both of them, it's indirectly in both of them, so you don't need to write it over here. Okay, now you have to add over here also, you have to add the units first. So 2 plus 7, that is equal to 9, and 1 plus 1, that equals to 2. Okay, here also just strike them off. This one and the next one aren't the carryover ones. These are the simple ones, so that you know actually how to add it in the vertical method. Let's see the next one. Here it is. 13 plus 16. So again tens and units. So we'll add 6 plus 3, which equals to 9, and 1 plus 1, which equals to 2. This is again equal to 29. Now over here we have a carryover one. Tens and units. Now we'll have to add the ones first. 5 plus 8. So that is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 3 of 13, and 1 that needs to be carried over is put over here. Okay. Now you generally don't put it on the tens place, that is in the below line. You're supposed to put it on the top so that you can actually see it, because over here at times you might even forget. So you always put it on the top side and don't put it over here. Okay, we don't count that. So I'm supposed to add the tens now. 1 plus 1 2, and 1 3, that equals to 33. I'll explain this sum again in a fast method. That is tens, that's units. 18 plus 15, and then we'll have to get the answer. Now over here first we'll add the units. So 8 plus 5 equals to 13. So 3 over here and 1 over here, not here. Okay, you can either make, suppose you can actually make one like this or make it a bit larger, but it should be clear. Okay, don't make it haphazardly like this or like this something, because then you'll get confused whether it's 1 or some other number, because this can also look like 7. Okay, and this can also be 1. So make it clearly so that you don't get confused about which number it is. So over here we'll add the tens now. 1, 2 and 3. So it's 33. And the answer of tens will be under tens and units will be under units. Right? Now again I'll give you some important tips that you need to remember for this addition as well as the horizontal addition. So the first tip that you need to keep in mind is always put T over tens and U or O over units or ones. The answer of tens should be under T and the answer of units should be under U. Always strike off or cut off the numbers that you have 1 second, children. I'll just make some adjustments so that you can see clearly. Okay? Numbers that you have already added so that you don't get confused. The next one is the fourth one here is the carried over number should be written next, no, not next actually, on the top left of the tens number, which is first, while we add in the vertical way. Okay, because it doesn't actually matter in the horizontal way. You can put it, wait, I'll just show it to you. Vertical way is what? Vertical way is when it's like, suppose 17 plus 18. Okay, so vertical way, this is the vertical way, right? So it should be over here and not here. But in the horizontal way, when you add it like this, it could be either here or here. It doesn't matter. Okay, so our fifth point would be the carried over number should be written clearly so that you don't get confused which number it is. Okay, children, so these are the important points. These are the 5 important points that you need to keep in mind from here to here. Okay, and if you take care of these points, then there is no way that you can actually get wrong in the addition somewhere. But provided you should know, you should add correctly, you should not get confused with the addition numbers. So these are the tips that I gave you, and in the next session we'll take bigger numbers. This time we did tens, and we did it up to tens, right, from 10 to 19. In the next session what we'll do is we can also take tens and nines, tens and ones, in which carryover is used, and I'll show you how not to get confused while the place value of tens and units is there. And we'll only take carryover sums next time. So just practiced a few sums this time. Okay, and just take care of all these points. Okay, so I'll see you in the next session. Bye.